2:07 a.m. Ceiling. Silence. That sharp, alert clarity. That shouldn't exist in the dead of night. You start the math. 4 hours left, then 3. Panic builds. Heart rate ticks up. You diagnose yourself. Broken. Insomniac. Defective. Correction. You are not broken. You are running a 200,000-year-old operating system inside a 100-year-old electrical grid. Why did our ancestors sleep in 2 distinct blocks? Not biology alone, economics. In 17th century Europe, a single tallow candle cost a working family close to an hour's wages. Firewood wasn't free. When the sun dropped, darkness wasn't a spiritual choice. It was a budget constraint. You went to bed within 2 hours of sunset. That forced you into 10 hours of darkness. Fact: no human body stays unconsciously rigid for 10 straight hours. Hence the historical record: first sleep, second sleep. Documented across 500-plus sources by historian Eckhart. Ordinary as breakfast. In 1992, Dr. Thomas Ware locked 15 men in 14-hour daily darkness at the NIMH. By week 4, every single subject reverted to biphasic sleep. Automatically. No training, no instruction. Just biology remembering. But here's the buried lead, the part modern sleep clinics ignore. Ware wired their skulls with EEG sensors and drew their blood. During that midnight gap, they weren't fully awake. Brainwaves registered a resting frequency comparable to deep meditative states in lifelong monks. Blood tests revealed 0 cortisol. The stress hormone was absent. Instead, their pituitary glands flooded with massive concentrations of prolactin. Prolactin is the chemical of psychological safety, intimacy, and profound peace. It spikes naturally in nursing mothers. And post-coitus, your ancestors weren't anxious at 2 a.m. They were chemically floating in a neurological bridge between dreams. The French called this period dorveille, the wake, a sacred unoccupied space where consciousness softens. Anthropologist David Sampson wired the Hadza of Tanzania, our last living window into the Pleistocene. Over 220 nighttime hours of observation, there were exactly 18 minutes where every adult was asleep simultaneously. 18 minutes. Out of 3 weeks. The Sentinel hypothesis. Your chronotype, night owl versus morning lark, is not a lifestyle brand. It is a genetically programmed security shift. Teens stay up late to watch the perimeter. Elders wake at 3 a.m. to take over Firewatch. When your cortisol ticks up at 3 a.m., it is not a disorder. It is duty. Your brain is scanning for a predator that hasn't existed for 10,000 years. What kills the second sleep? Not the wakefulness. Your reaction to it. You grab your phone. Blue light hits your suprachiasmatic nucleus. Melatonin production shuts off instantly. Then you run the math. I'm failing sleep. That psychological self-flagellation triggers an adrenaline dump. Now you are trapped. The adrenaline, not the biology, is what keeps your eyes pinned to the ceiling. The panic is synthetic. The wakefulness is ancestral. You are fighting a ghost. Next time it happens, execute this protocol. No math. The calculation is a lie. No phone. The blue light is a chemical weapon against your own biology. No movement. Stay still. Let the prolactin do its work. That quiet hour is the only 60 minutes in your day entirely free from external input. No emails, no demands, no algorithms. Use it to think, to reflect, to simply exist. Your body will close the loop and return for the second sleep when it is ready. Trust the timing. It has been doing this for 200,000 years, without your help. The Industrial Revolution didn't just compress your workday. It flattened your neurology into a rigid 8-hour coma to fit factory whistles. But that factory schedule is not the gold standard of human health. It is an industrial cage. The goal was never unconsciousness from midnight to dawn. The goal was 2 sleeps, 1 dark gap, and a mind finally left alone long enough to process, to bond, and to simply be. Tonight, when the ceiling stares back at you, Remember, you are not failing at sleep. You are succeeding at being ancient.